Welcome, everybody, to Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. I'm Emmy Hall here with my good friend Matthew Johnson. We are at Base Camp 3 in a little bit of a breezy and literally soggy lake.
It is soggy. It turns out we were chatting with Emily, and she was like, yeah, this whole soggy lake thing, well, we have lakefront property now.
We do. I don't know how deep it is out there. It's probably a good 6 inches. I bet we could raft across it. I've never seen soggy dry lake with actually water in it. I have seen the dry lake bed out by Giant Rock with some water in it, but this is rather large.
I mean, I have one question right now, though, to lead off while we're talking about this. Why did Emily look at you and call you out by name and said, don't drive in?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
All right, fine.
Listen, I was like, I am invincible, and I can 100% drive across this water on this lake bed, and I could not.
Could not.
No, I could not. But I will tell you this, Rebecca and I self-recovered with the help of low gearing in the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, as well as a set of Max Tracks. So,
ooh, that's the one where you guys were absolutely covered in mud.
And we came back, we had fallen in the mud. Like, we had literally fallen.
This
and
was a riot.
We were all like, it was in our, everywhere my shoes were dead. I had to get a pair of shoes from another competitor.
Literally, this looked like we were shooting a movie because it was so extra. They were super muddy. The inside of the truck was muddy. Anyway, let's go on. Look at us. We're at Base Camp 3. Today was a big move for everybody, and some of Base Camp still coming together here. Leaving one base camp for what we do for a setup at a base camp, it's a lot to get done in a day.
It is a lot.
Well, the teams did a lot.
Yes, the teams did a lot as well, and I know that you all have been following on the internet, on our tracker, as well as on our live scoring. But you know what? You guys can always give us a comment there on the Facebook, the Instagrams, or on Twitter. We love to read your comments. So again, follow us at Rebelle Rally across all of those platforms. And we're also on YouTube, where you can see our awesome documentary. It's a couple of different, I think it's at least 5 parts. It's called Dead Reckoning, and it's really a good deep dive into the Rebelle Rally. I'm not saying that they interview me, but they might interview me too.
They did interview you, but what they did was give a really good picture of the authenticity of this event.
Absolutely.
And it was shot by people that have been part of the event for a long time. So, like, the whole part of it was just really authentic. And so if you have stumbled into this event and these coverages and not seen Dead Reckoning, go and check it out.
Yes, please do. Well, we've got all those vehicles are lined up. We actually only have one car left coming in, so I don't know who Katie's going to talk to today, but I think she's got something special up her sleeve. But we've got all of the vehicles are coming now, are lined up. People are getting all their tents up, and we're going to have a good meal tonight.
Well, Emmy and I were out on course today, and we shot a few little highlights to try to bring you some of the action midday and get a few opinions of how their mornings had gone.
Yep, let's roll those highlights, please.
There's Baby Goat.
All right, so sorry about that. We're going to give you those highlights in just a second. But for now, we've got Katie saving our technical butts today. Katie, what you got down on the line?
Look at Kramer running. We've had a wonderful day on the live team. We're here at Johnson Valley. It's such a beautiful place. We actually came in the scenic route. We stopped for lunch. It was really lovely. So happy to be here. Now I've got Jackie here in the Subaru. And she just got, was it a draw today?
It's a draw today, yeah, for tomorrow morning and for the last day. So we're down to the last 2 tickets. So we got
what did you draw?
I drew 40.
Are you happy with that?
Actually, yeah, I want more time in the morning. We had a no good day today. Actually, it was not bad.
Do you want to elaborate? I think it was rough for all of us.
It
was rough for me.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's pretty rough. We the end part was hard for us. So, but I'm just glad we're back.
welcome home.
Thank you.
We'll see you inside. The base camp, which I'm going to show you in just a moment, is amazing. They were supposed to just do like a bare minimum camp, and wait till you see what these guys have done in short order. Hi.
Hi, what's going on?
You know, we made it home. Welcome back.
We made it home. We're late, but we made it home, and we didn't have to be rescued. So
There you go. And how was the rest of your day? How was the enduro?
confusing.
You're not the only one that said that.
Was that the running adjective that was used?
Absolutely.
It was confusing, and timing was a big concern today. I don't know how anyone got through all of it.
Well, Emmy and I were just wondering that ourselves. So I think it's going to be
okay.
interesting when we see the scores tonight and how things shaked out, because we've got a lot of questions.
Yeah. Us too.
Well, welcome home. It's great to see both your smiling faces. How was the navigating today?
Rough when there's so many trails and not trails. So it was, but we got, like I said, we got back here. We didn't have to get escorted back. So
Yeah, put that in the wind column.
yeah.
Welcome home. Safe and sound in Johnson Valley. And the lake is actually a lake this year. All right, I'm going to send it back to Emme and Matthew before I head into the base camp to see what Steph and her team have done.
Thank you so much, Katie. You know, she was talking about how it was tough to navigate because there's so many trails. Johnson Valley is a lot of open OHV, which means that there are a lot more trails that are on the map because people have just made their own way. So you can't rely on the trail that you see actually being on your map. So you really, really need to be precise with your navigation out here.
The thing I understand is, like, you're on one trail and you're like, okay, I can go about 22 miles an hour. You get on the next trail and the speed you can carry is entirely different. Because the trails get rutted up. You're either running with the way the water flows or across the way the water flows or some diagonal version of that in the different silts or rock beds or whatever. So anyway, it's like you just do the best you can. But a lot of it is patience out there.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of. I actually have a patience song. I won't bore you with it, but I do have a patience song that I sing to myself when I'm out here so that I don't get too crazy and try to go too fast. Well, we've had some interesting scoring that happened today. Team started out with an enduro, an on-route enduro that they had black checkpoints to get within that enduro, and not a lot of people got them. It looks like most people timed out. Maybe someone got one here, got one there. But I'm looking at day 5 for Group A. And, I mean, even like our top team right now for day 5 is Nina Barlow and Terrelyn Petterlet in 129. Where it says 7L there, that means that they were late on those checkpoints. They might have got them, but they were late. So we're not really sure what is happening there. But you see all of those red scores in the first half of the day. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen so many teams be so late.
Speaking of, so I went around. I'm gonna try to give you some words later. I went around and asked all the teams for like one word summary of the day. And speaking of Nina and Terrelyn said today was hilarious. And what she meant, she explained it a bit, was that the timing, it was hilarious to think that everyone was going to be able to get the timing right to deal with today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Group A, we've got Team 129 in first place, followed very closely by Team 150, Hall and Lewis. And you guys, these are just the scores for today. These are not overalls. We'll get you the overalls tomorrow morning. And then in third place for the day, Bailey Campbell and Sedona Blinson. And 1 point away for the day for third, but coming in fourth is Sam and Becky with 132 points. Now, moving on to Group B. Now, Group B is just a separate group. They are not in their own competition, and you can see that these scores are a little bit lower. So these are not teams that are actually in first, second, or third. Those teams are in Group A. But just so you can see, again, we've got a lot of teams here who tried to go for those X checkpoints during the on-route enduro, and were just late. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
And so how do the teams know what group they're in?
I believe they're told when they get their checkpoints.
Are they?
Aren't they?
I think
maybe
the
they're
whole point of the
not.
groups is they don't
That's
know
right,
if the
they
other
don't
car
know.
around them is in their group or not.
They don't know.
This is one of the ways we qualify from people not following each other.
Right, but I will tell you, as a competitor, we'll talk to each other.
We know. We talk to each other.
We do.
Let me see your checkpoint list. Does it
we'll
look
be
like my checkpoint list?
We're with them. Okay, great. We're with them. But kind of the biggest shakeup that we've had today, at least for the day, is in the X-Cross group, Group C. And that is because Melissa Clark and Catherine Reinhardt, they had a mechanical problem. They have a big hole, and I'm not sure if it's their oil pan or in their all-wheel drive system. I'm not 100% sure, but the mechanic showed me a photo underneath their car, and there was a giant hole. So they were on the trailer.
Oh.
It looks like after checkpoint 12 at some point. But
yikes!
They did really well in that enduro. Only getting one time out, but they clicked on 4. They got 4. They got 1 not on time, and then they didn't click on 2. So everyone that's complaining, I'm like, well, Team 200 got some of them. So it's possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, does that tell a story in and of itself? Does it show that they were going max speed enough that they ended up holding something to try to keep up to make those time windows? Is that the story?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Here's what I think the story is. I bet they're going to be fixed. And we know there's more sand driving to come. And we know that they're quite good at it.
Team 200? Oh, they're going to get fixed. Oh, 100%.
Oh, I know.
I'm not worried about that.
No, my point is, overall, this has made it quite a climb for them to get back to the podium. But
right.
They know how to do some sand driving.
They do know how to do some sand driving. But we've got Lando and Schaefer for the day, and I'm really excited to see that the Kia is up in second place for the day. They've been really struggling, so it's nice to see them do well. But as for right now, we're going to bring back those highlights for you. These are highlights from day 5 here as we traveled from Dumont Dunes down here to Johnson Valley. I love watching these highlight videos as they come in. Man, look at Soggy. It's like we're at Lake Havasu or something. This is just absolutely so crazy seeing all of this water out here in soggy, dry lake bed. But I am here right now with Team 190, Karen and Hannah. These are two of our Toyota teams. They are in the Toyota Sequoia, which has a hybrid powertrain. I'm getting my electric motors and my powertrains and stuff all mixed up. But there's one thing that I really wanted to ask, because Toyota is really, you guys have kind of gone all in on the Rebelle Rally. And I'm curious as to what the values are of the Rebelle Rally and how those really align with Toyota. Like, why is Toyota just so stoked on the Rebelle?
Toyota is so stoked on the Rebelle. There's so much that is about the environmental impact and reducing environmental impact, exposing all the women to challenging situations in beautiful, wonderful landscapes, getting out in nature, and outlive. We love seeing the Toyotas come out on top. It's an endurance event, 10 days, when you include the prologue. So I'd say it also aligns with our powertrain approach. We have a multi-pathway powertrain approach, which gets back to our team name. But by the science, we believe that a multi-pathway approach is the best way to remove as much carbon as possible, as soon as possible. Our hybrid Sienna has been just it's sipping from gas.
Right.
Busby's let us know that the hybrids are taking less gas, which is exactly what we'd expect. And then Hannah and I we met from the fuel cell program. We both work on the hydrogen fuel cell vehicle.
Yeah, so that's another part of the reducing carbon in the atmosphere is with that multi-pathway approach. One of those approaches is the fuel cell powertrain, and that's the group that we come from. We're the fuel cell bells, and that hydrogen vehicle, the Mirai, has zero emissions from the tailpipe. It's all just water vapor because it uses hydrogen as its fuel.
Right. So Toyota right now, they have pure battery electric vehicles with the, it's got a strange name, like the
BZ4X.
Thank you, the BZ4X. So that's your pure battery vehicle. And then you have the iForce Max, which is the hybrids, and that's in the Toyotas, the Tundras, the Tacomas, the Sequoia, the Land Cruiser. What else? I can't remember what else it's in.
Our sedans have also had hybrids for a long time.
Yes. And I'm sorry, the RAV4 Prime plug-in hybrid.
Oh, yes, amazing.
Love the
Dude,
RAVs.
you can't find one of those on the dealerships anymore because everyone loves them. It's got like 200 horsepower, a ton of torque because you have that instant electric. It's got a lot of really good all-electric range. I drove one and I was like, this is the Toyota I would buy. That is the plug-in hybrid I would buy. It's so great. And then with the Mirai, with the hydrogen, so just to clarify for some people, because we don't have a lot of fuel cell vehicles out here because America doesn't really have the infrastructure, but that is a vehicle where you pump in hydrogen gas, so you can fill your tank in 5 minutes. It's like filling it. The time allowed is like a regular gasoline vehicle, and then there's engineering magic that happens.
Engineering magic.
I've never heard it
summarized so well.
And it turns that hydrogen into electricity. So then you're running on an electric battery. And honestly, I don't know why we don't have more hydrogen fuel cell vehicles.
We definitely need the hydrogen infrastructure.
Yeah.
So Toyota's been partnering with many companies who are in the infrastructure space, all the way from hydrogen production, all the way through distribution, and we just need more.
Yeah, and it's difficult because we want to make sure that we're getting green hydrogen, right? There's all different levels of how you can get hydrogen. There's hydrogen that's a little dirty. There's hydrogen that's kind of like blue hydrogen, and then green hydrogen is the kind that's produced from wind power, solar power, and stuff. And that is what Renewable Innovations, when we have the pure EVs here, we're able to charge them on pure green hydrogen. But it is expensive. However, as time goes by, as we get more into electrification throughout the entire fleet, those things are going to come. So we just have to, it will come. I mean, when we first had gas cars, people were buying gas in drugstores, right? All right, well, I want to talk a little bit also about communication, because we know that being in the vehicle, you guys are together a long, long time. Do you guys share a tent or do you have separate tents?
We have separate tents.
Okay, that's smart.
We were like, we need a little bit of separation. We love each other, but a little bit of separation we thought would be healthy, and yeah, it's been great.
Well, what have you guys learned so far in the vehicle that you think you're going to be able to bring back to Toyota HQ to incorporate into your day-to-day work lives?
There's so much, and I think it's been a benefit that we've been able to take part in multiple trainings together beforehand, we've really been able to listen for each other's communication styles, and we've decided to just go ahead and talk about things up front. We talk about things up front because we know that it's very important to understand like how you like to take in your information, how you feel when you get stressed out. If you tell me a stressful story, I'm going to go too fast. I'm going to speed. Hannah watches my clock. But communication we've been very open and honest about things, and I think taking that back will be amazing.
Yeah, I think another big aspect of communication is just listening.
Absolutely.
Like when you say communication, you think of talking, but I promise the most important thing you can do is just to be able to listen and then take it in, especially like on enduros where you have to do very tight turns in a short amount of time, and you're watching the stopwatch, you're watching your everything, your ICO, whatever, and there's a lot going on, and you just have to be able to take in information, appreciate what your partner is saying, and then do what they say to do. And it sounds simple, but truly, like, it really gets to the test on those enduros, and we've learned so much. There's a ton of crossover of how you can communicate with someone else and how you can use that then when you go back to work.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of listening that's also nonverbal. So being able to understand when your partner's stressed out, we'll take that back.
Right. No, dude, your teams are not going to be the same when you get back. You're going to be like, look, we learned all this stuff at the Rebelle Rally.
Listen,
and this is how you're going to listen, and we're going to talk about stuff, and our team is just going to be so much better.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming. This is Karen and Hannah of Team 190, the Fuel Cell Bells. Hopefully you all have gotten some dinner. If you haven't, please go in and eat. But for right now, we have got Katie Kunkel out there. I'm not exactly sure where she is because she floats like a butterfly, but she stings like a bee. Katie, what you got?
Thanks, guys. I'm out of the wind and all the dust at the Pennzoil Mechanics Bay to interview Nick, and he is not here because I can see across Soggy Lake he is towing someone in. But it is full carnage. When he gets back, he is not going to believe what he sees. Amanda, what's going on with your vehicle, babe? Carry on working. Don't let me get in your way.
I don't have any power right now. We were on a 30-kilometer super rough washboard road, and I was pushing this truck pretty hard, and I got some engine codes that threw, and I was in limp mode for the rest of the day, just not getting any power. So we're trying to figure out the source of that right now.
And you've had this problem before, and you were able to fix it?
I was. It's happened a couple of times in the dunes when I've pushed him really hard and he's overheated. The 2.7 liter engine is a little known for having some heat problems and circulation problems, so I pulled over and let him rest for 5 minutes, opened the door, and before that would clear the code. It didn't work this time.
Okay, well, keep at it. And you've got the wizards on it, Josh and Ryan. Ryan, what is your analysis at this point?
I think at this point we're suspecting a potential electrical issue that changes with temperature. So we're just kind of hunting through a few sensors here, and hopefully, that might be the thing. But, one thing at a time here. It's kind of a chug away, try one idea, then try another. And so, working
Thank
through it.
you very much. And it's actually, the women are all waiting very patiently. It's quite calm here, but there are a lot more cars than I've ever seen. Okay, 207, what's going on here, ladies?
We had a little impact on the front end. Got the skid plate up a little close to the tires, so we're getting a little clearance back.
Nice. That's an easy fix. You should be out of here soon.
We're hoping so. Yeah.
Okay, great. Nice to see you. Did you have a good day today?
We had a little bit of a challenging day. We started off in the sand. So my teammate and I were trying to dig out of the sand for about 30 minutes, but kept a great positive attitude, took some turns digging. So I was really proud of how we handled it and worked together. And we were able to continue on with our day. So I think that's probably the best result that we could have hoped for. And, we're still in the hunt, and car's still in one piece. We have not had to replace a tire yet. So a lot of positives we can take.
Very lucky. I've just talked to a couple. The Canto Divas have had 3 in 3 days. So hopefully that's things come in threes, right?
We're trying to find some positives and some wins from this. So, yep, I think that's one that we can look forward to.
Okay, cool. We'll see you inside for dinner.
All right, thank you.
Now, over here, Team 140, I just learned yesterday that these two are roller derby ladies.
That's correct.
Now, you don't do it as much anymore.
That's correct.
But Squirrel does.
Yeah, she still actively plays I used to play. I played for like 10 years, but I think she's about 10 to 12 years now into it. So
Now, what's going on with your vehicle?
I have been in limp mode since yesterday because what's the module called? Oh, hold it. The secondary air injection system is failing. Yep, we need to switch out of the way.
And we've got, I think it's Anastasia on the job here. The mechanics here, the woman, one of the team members have to stay with their vehicle. The others can go in and set up their camps. But even if they're here all night working on their vehicles, one team member has to stay here. That's the rules. Now, I don't know if Nick's back. No, he's definitely not back yet, but we're going to have a quick chat to Josh. Hey, Josh. Have we seen Nick? I mean, I think that's him coming by the soggy.
Nick is, pulling up Team 200 right now. They had a run-in with their oil pan and a rock. So, yeah, he went with the wrecker, went and picked him up and brought him back home. We were following him in on the highway. So
I've never seen you this busy. Is this the busiest day you've had?
A couple days ago, it was pretty busy, but tires and more major stuff than it has been the past couple of days.
We're gonna talk to one more team, and hopefully Nick will get here before we leave. But
yeah, he should be. Yeah, he should be getting pretty close. I saw him just down the way across the lake there.
Thanks, Josh. That's Josh and Mike who just walked away. I'm part of Nick's team. Now I hope the mic, Nathan, tell me. I feel like I'm still in line of sight. But our 141 Bronco team. Hi, babe.
Don't mind us.
I'm just going to hand you the mic. What's going on?
The fan has been. I'm not gonna. I was gonna say something. The fan's been hitting the shroud all day, and it's what actually happened yesterday, and we didn't know, and it had stopped, so nobody could diagnose it because it wasn't doing it anymore. But on the crazy, bumpy, crappy roads, it was just. So, I'm adjusting the shroud now.
But you guys diagnosed it today because you didn't know what was going on yesterday, but you figured it out there.
Making the sound, yeah. It started up again on the trail, and that's it. And now we can fix it, and we're not going to die. We know we're not going to die.
Well, that's good. Did anyone die? Okay, nobody died. And actually, just before I go back to you, Emme and Matthew, Cantoy Diva's here. 3 tires in 3 days. Sorry.
No.
Oh, sorry.
1 tire, 2 days. Now we're on the 2nd tire. What day 1?
Oh, that's confusing, but there's a lot of tires.
I know. Hole, burst, changed on the trail by this rock star lady right here. Today we have a little hole. We're just getting a consult just to make sure we're okay to repair it. Yeah. So we're only down 1 tire so far.
Yeah.
We still got another spare.
Great. Okay, so they're on, and we've got a carbine towed in right there. Kramer's catching that. So welcome home, Nick. Hey, I'm going to send it back to you, Emme and Matthew, quickly, and then we're going to come back and talk to Nick in the Pennzoil Bougie Mechanics Bay.
I'm so glad that Katie is out at the mechanics. I love watching. And also, I love that Nick goes to the gas station first.
Nick's like, well, this car needs to go get gas first, we'll fix it. Oh, I love it. You know, she mentioned the Pennzoil Mechanics Bay. Pennzoil's been a great partner. They're a gold partner of the Rebelle Rally, and Pennzoil is a presenting sponsor of Rebelle U. And so they support us in lots of different ways, and their Ultra Platinum oil is the preferred oil of the Rebelle Rally.
Well, there you go. I know I saw a bunch of little like 5-gallon size oil drums out there in our mechanics trailer.
Don't take inventory of those.
No, I won't, because I'm sure you won't run off with any of those things. Well, Matthew and I were on course today at Checkpoint 8, and we got to talk to some teams. So let's roll that footage, please.
Still out here at Checkpoint 8, green checkpoint with the Iridium team, 133. How's it going, ladies?
I think good so far. It's been such a fast-paced morning, but really pretty. Everything we've been able to drive through. It's fun to be on Route 66, where we haven't driven before either. So yeah, it's been a good morning.
Did you make the black checkpoints that I've been hearing about from a few people?
We got one of them and then missed the rest, including one that we missed by seconds, like maybe 30, 45 seconds. But so it goes. That's the rally.
There it is. We'll see you guys in Johnson Valley.
All right.
Take care. It sounds like Emily really meant to keep people moving today because the timing windows for those black checkpoints were quite tight and a lot of teams didn't make it there in time. I've been trying all day to catch up with 123, our Magna entry. It's Olivia and Lindy.
Hello. Hey.
How's your day going?
So far, so good so far.
Yeah, amazing.
Haven't gotten lost.
Did you get the black checkpoints earlier?
We did, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Tell us more about how today compares to yesterday and just how the rally's going so far here. We're already on day 5 before we managed to catch up with you.
So we are actually switching roles. So driver, navigator. Yesterday she was driving, today she's navigating, and today I'm driving. So we switch back and forth. Yesterday there's a lot of dunes, so a lot of sand crawling in the dunes, lots of rock crawling. Today we are going to be more on dirt roads and going to the Johnson Valley area. So
now a quick question, what can you tell us about Magna?
Magna is an automotive supplier. We make pretty much every part of a vehicle. I work specifically in Magna Electronics, and she's in the metal forming.
Yeah, I work in structures, so we make frames and cradles for all kinds of cars.
So a different manufacturer might come to you with a specific steel content and chassis that they want you to stamp together and weld together and provide to them.
That's correct.
Okay.
We have so many different groups in Magna. We have a powertrain group in electronics. We've got our structures metal forming. We've got interiors, exteriors, seating, lighting, mirrors. So Magna's got a ton of different sections, essentially.
Okay.
That are all under the same umbrella.
Did you guys make this mirror?
We don't. We're definitely gonna have to find out about
that. Crazy story. There was this Joshua tree, and he just came out of nowhere and took a jab at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone asks, it wasn't me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask which driver was driving. It's great to catch up with the ladies here in the Magna team. 1, 2, 3. Have a good afternoon.
All right, we're gonna pull it out of here.
I love that you were like, hey, did you all make this mirror that's torn apart?
This one fell apart, clearly.
Oh my gosh, she's so funny. She's like, the Joshua tree, but Joshua just reached out and punched it, so it was crazy. All right, Katie is still in the mechanics bay. Katie, who is there now?
Who isn't here, Emmy? It's all go, but I have to say some teams are coming in and just making sure their third teammate are okay. And I've got Susan Piper here. She just changed. What did you change?
Oh, our air filter.
The air filter. So she's come. I mean, obviously you change your air filter after day, right? That's an obvious change.
Well, it's day 5, and so I mean, yeah, it was so dirty, and like you got to take care of your engine.
How was it out there today?
It was too much. There's just too many points to get, too much to do, too much course to drive. You know, we have the skills to get all of the points. So what's really hard is I feel like we have to be so strategic about what can we get done in this amount of time. So it was a lot of terrain choices, a lot of difficult choices about what to drive, what not to drive, what we had to leave on the course so that we could get back to base camp on time because they only gave us 9 hours.
Yes, and I love Susan's game face this year. It's like, well, we can do this. Everyone else is saying, why was it so crazy? And you're like, well, we should have been able to do that. Why is the back of you covered in mud?
Because every night I get under the vehicle and I inspect all the bolts. So I just had to learn to do that. And I have a little flashlight and I just make sure that there's no leaks. I mean, it's all preventative maintenance. If anything's going to go wrong, I want to fix it. I want to catch it. I want this vehicle to perform, get us across the line.
Now that's a real Rebelle right there. That is strategy. She comes in and she checks all her bolts, understands her vehicle, and she's not in here because something's wrong. It's because she's doing preventative maintenance. Now let's go over and catch Nick. Bye, Susan. Thank you so much. Hey, Nick, can we do an interview? Hold on. Come on, Kramer. Hi. Oh, Melissa.
Hello.
What's going on?
Well, we had a little challenge on the trail today. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So the story that we're telling is that there was a desert tortoise that ran out in front of us, and we swerved to avoid it, and we took a rock, and it cracked the oil pan. So we were waiting for a new oil pan. We'll be back going tomorrow.
I can't wait to find out the real story. Now, Nick, when are we going to be able to chat with you about the bougie Pennzoil situation you've got over here, the Mechanics Bay?
Whenever you want.
Okay, well, we'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, now we're going to have a quick chat to Bernard and Chris Wu. I love grabbing Chris. I mean, not actually grabbing Chris, but Chris.
Kind of like a little bit of this.
What's going on here?
And shaking. Is that what you were doing today?
Yeah.
That's what they were doing today.
No, we took it easy. We had a really nice transit day, the live crew did.
Did you get to drive? Did they let you drive?
Oh, no, I don't drive. I don't drive. We have a driver. Don't you have a driver?
Yeah, I have a driver.
Okay, how was your day out there? Can you give us the lowdown on what happened on course?
Not a lot today. Quiet day today.
You're a really difficult interview, aren't you? I'm going to ask personal questions if you don't give me. Can you give me some rules, like what the woman can expect in the next few days, but still be a rock?
I can't tell you what's going to happen in the next few days. That's confidential.
Okay, so can you tell everyone at home what it means to be a rock if you're a staff member?
Like this.
You know, Tyrolyn and Nina tried to get information out of me last night.
Did it work?
No, I saw it
Are
coming.
you a cracking rock?
No, I was very proud of myself. I was
Soft
like,
granite.
I know what you're doing, and then they giggled.
It happens all the time.
Now, what's your role on the Rebelle, Chris?
I'm a rock.
I'm giving up. Let's talk about Bernard instead. Hold on. Okay, what's going on with Bernard tonight?
I blew my shocks. There you go. That.
Okay.
Blew my shocks yesterday, so I got a little outside help, so I'm taking the penalty. But, you know, if you want to run a Land Rover in a rally, you should probably date someone with a Land Rover shock.
That is quote of the year. I will repeat back to you. If you want to run the Rebelle rally, you should date somebody who owns a Land Rover shop. Okay, that's perfect. And she just said something really interesting. She's getting help in taking the penalty. So the women are allowed to work on their own vehicles. Excuse me, I'm going to go around you and grab Nick, because I came over here hours ago for our Pennzoil chat. Tell us about your Mechanics Bay and all the tools that you have, and just give me the lowdown.
Okay, so the trailer we got 3 years ago, you know, if you remember back to the first rally, we were in a U-Haul truck.
Yes, I do.
So a few years ago, we purchased a new trailer, and Pennzoil was nice enough to step up to help us outfit it. So between Pennzoil and Milwaukee tools, that's most of what's in this trailer now. Milwaukee's been stepping up for a couple of years, helping us out with tools, and Pennzoil, you know, helps us out with funding and whatever fluids we need. So they have a partnership with within their organization, so we get like CRC fluids, like brake clean and stuff like that. We don't do a whole lot of oil work. This year we have, so we have oil on hand. Most of the times we encourage competitors to carry their own spare fluids because there's so many different types for different models, but we have some of the more common things inside the trailer.
Now, how many mechanics do you have on staff right now?
8 this year. So a couple of them are dual role, like Josh works as a course worker during the day and comes in and helps us at night, and Ryan is a media driver and our mad scientist with electronics at night, and then the rest of us are just
and you've got 2 female members on your team?
From Toyota. So Toyota was nice enough to send us 3 mechanics this year, and so we have Anastasia and Grace and Pat, and they're around here somewhere.
Thank you, Toyota. That's awesome.
Yeah. So they've been amazing. You know, like, I mean, as you can imagine, you wouldn't expect Toyota to send, you know, some scud for us. So
I bet. I mean, this is just a well-oiled machine. Excuse the pun, but I mean, you've had cars in and out since I've been here. Now, just before I send back to Emme and Matthew, I just have a question about your vehicle. Would that tow a large thing like an RV?
No. Probably not. Okay. Jeeps and stuff like that, it doesn't.
And how often have you had to use it this year?
This is the first one on the hook this year.
And you got to use your crane too for that engine. You've got to use all your toys this year.
Yeah, most of the time I just wind up using it to move stuff around my yard, so this is kind of fun.
Awesome. You're always such a pleasure to talk to. Thank you for the time, and I'll let you get back to it. Okay, Emme and Matthew, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Katie. Thanks for that laugh there. I love how you snuck in the question, and Nick was like, so would that tow an RV? Awesome. I hadn't actually heard Nick's rig referred to as Mater until today. It's a pretty obvious one, and it's really pretty sweet. Hey, I am here with Team 195, one of our Toyota teams. They are driving a Tacoma Trail Hunter Edition, which is a mega cool edition. I believe it's the first year for that.
It is.
I've got Elizabeth, the navigator, Megan driving. Megan, tell us a little bit how it is driving the Trail Hunter Edition.
It has been so fun. The Trail Hunter is quite a step up. We take special pride in it because we both work in the accessories development, and that Trail Hunter has the Old Man Emu shocks, which were tuned by our group. We know the guys. We talk to them about it. Like, that Trail Hunter it has our department written all over it and the accessories, and we're just so glad to be out here driving it. It's really fun. It's done great on the roads. It's soaked up all those bumps. It's a great rig to be in.
I feel like every time we talk about it, we have to shout out that on the hood of the vehicle is the Trail Hunter logo, and everyone that contributed to helping us put together the vehicle for this event got to sign the hood. So it's really cool. Everyone that's put in work is on that vehicle.
And I love that. And so you're able to take information from your experience using the vehicle back to the team that made the thing.
Yes.
And make edits or improvements or get a lot of really genuine feedback.
Yes, it's really cool. In fact, that conversation started before this event. The performance team that tunes the shocks, they came to me and asked, how did it perform during training, and how was it working for you? What do you like? What do you dislike? Did it do this here? Did it do that there? And so we're glad to be working side by side with them, and I think it's like such a cool opportunity to be able to take it home and be like, this is what we learned, this is what we saw. How can we improve? How can we make this better for our customers next year?
I totally love it. And now for your powertrain, you've got one of the iForce Max, is it?
Yes, the hybrid, yep.
That sounds pretty powerful to me. What are the numbers on that baby?
I don't remember.
Okay, it's 465 foot-pounds.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I'll just tell you.
Thank you.
Sorry
We're tired.
Surprise. Awesome. I've been checking out the Trail Hunter Edition, the TRD Pro Edition. All the new Tacomas here look so cool. So part of your participation in the Rebelle, Toyota gets behind women in motorsports. What would you say is one of the special bits about working with Toyota with an employer and a company that's committed to missions like this?
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that, I think Toyota is built on Genji Genbutsu, which is going and seeing for yourself. And this has given us an opportunity to actually go out and use the vehicle as a customer would, which I don't think either of us have really had an opportunity to do that before Rebelle Rally. So we have really been able to come out here and use it just like so many overlanding and off-roading customers would.
Love
and
it.
That's awesome.
Nice,
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Megan, anything to add?
I feel really humbled by the fact that Toyota didn't choose professionals to come do this. They chose laymen. We sit in the office every day, and they said, no, we want to give you the opportunity to go improve your skills, to work on teamwork, to work on collaboration, to work on perseverance. Toyota's pillars are respect for people and continuous improvement, and this was a way that they gave us to do that, just out of the goodness, and it really is pushing, I think, people who wouldn't normally have the opportunity to be in motorsports to have a passion for it. And I think that's one of the ways Toyota's saying, let's get women in motorsports.
Well, look, I'll tell you, from my point of view, we've been really impressed by the different professionals Toyota has set to be part of this organization. So welcome here. This is where you fit. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
We are going to go ahead and bounce out back to me and Emme midday. Emme got a couple cool interviews we're going to show you right now.
And now pulling up is Adia and Madison. This is in the new, not available yet. Are you going to stop? Not available yet to the general public, although they are doing the press drive this week in Moab. So we've got some passports in Moab right now, but you guys are out here in Johnson Valley.
We are.
Which would you prefer, this in Johnson Valley or in Moab?
I'm excited. I think Johnson Valley right now. I really like how it's performing on trails, and it did really well in the sand as well. But I think it's cool to get both perspectives. So
Yeah.
I'm happy we're a part of the team that gets to do another type of off-roading. So that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me about how this was in the sand, because we didn't get to talk to you today, and I was curious.
So it did pretty well. So we're rookies, so we were kind of figuring it out, and this was my first time driving this car in sand as well. So we had a little bit of struggles at first, but then once I got used to it, and one of the really cool features about some of our Hondas for off-roading is we have paddle shifting.
Nice.
So when you do sand, we actually have a sand mode on the dash. So we have trail and sand. So then you can put it in sand mode, you can do sport, and then you can shift between first and fourth gear. So that helped a lot when climbing like very tall dunes or very rocky dunes. I know we went up a really, really steep, very rocky dune at one point, so it was just toggling between second and first to just kind of climb our way up and then go back down. So.
Now, sand mode is new for 2025.
No, it's been in some of our previous cars as well.
Oh, has it? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Look who learned something.
Yeah.
I can go back to bed now. Well, listen, we're glad you guys are here at Checkpoint 8. We don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you have a long day. Thank you so much. Good luck. Have fun. Kick some butt. And a passport. So Kara from Team 122 just pulled up at this green checkpoint and got out, and I was like, what is all of this? What is going on?
It is my chest pack. My husband got me after I was complaining about losing my pens and everything last year. So it has my magnifying glass, a calculator, multiple pens.
This is amazing. This is amazing. This, you guys, this is
chapsticks. That's needed, and then I have both of my compasses in here. I have this.
You want tips and tricks, y'all? This is an organizational tip
all
right
to my
here.
husband, and then pepper spray because he wanted me to carry pepper spray. I'm like, we don't see anyone, but it's fine.
All right, thank you. I know your day is tight. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Team 122 out here at Checkpoint 8. We are on our way to Johnson Valley. Of course, I've got a Diet Dr. Pepper in my hand as I'm doing the interview. But
hey, that's middle day.
I don't know how she wears a seatbelt with that big pack.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it, but it's a brilliant idea because she's never going to lose anything because it's all on her body.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, that's a great. Next time I compete, I'm 100% doing that.
Organization goals. Speaking of, Katie, do you have someone fun to talk to out there?
I do. And she's outside with the full moon, which is amazing. But Kramer and I just jumped in here because this morning Steve said this was going to be a skeleton base camp. And look at it. I mean, it is gorgeous. It's one of the coolest base camps I've seen. There's like macrame from the ceilings. There's artwork that I've never seen. It's just a backdrop like I've never seen. How many times have I just said never seen? Okay, I'm going to talk to Mandy. Clearly I need help today. The end of the day. Hello, ladies. Sorry, I'm interrupting. We've just been talking a little bit about how do you recover from a bad day. And I've heard a lot of ladies have had a really bad day. So what is your strategy? Because you don't look like you've ever had a bad day.
Well, one of the things, actually, when you found us out here, we came out here to come see the sunset. So that's one of the things. It's like the day is ending. It's a beautiful sunset. And then you pointed out the beautiful moon. So it's always like looking for the things that are good in a bad day. So it was a challenging day, but we're here for a challenge. So.
And then I know the weather. And nobody here knows the weather. And the women were just looking up and going, oh my goodness, the birds are leaving. They're flying north, or they're flying south.
South, yeah.
And so they're all curious about the weather. And I'm like, oh, it must be kind of unsettling not knowing what the weather's going to do. Do you have any predictions or do you have any strategies to understand the weather without your phone?
Just pack lots of layers. There's a lot of layers that we haven't even touched this rally, and I think between Alex and I, we both have 2 sleeping bags and another blanket, so they're all in the tent regardless of what the temperature is going to be. We've only touched 1 sleeping bag, I think, the whole time, but we're ready for whatever we need. So, but I hear it's going to be cold.
And do you study the weather maps before you come?
I looked at the averages and we packed based off of that, and we almost left our cold jackets at home, but I told Alex, let's bring them because we'll probably need them. So maybe we'll need them tonight, although they're in the truck and impound. So maybe tomorrow morning.
And see, we're all wondering why we've got all these Pelican cases on roofs. It's for gear that you don't think you need, but then when you need it and you wish you had it and you've got it in the Pelican cases on the roofs, right?
That's what I hear. Yeah, all of ours are in the vehicle, so
all right.
Too much dust.
Thank you. Now, what do you have a secret strategy for predicting the weather on the rally?
No, we did the same thing. So we looked at the averages of
what the temps were going to be, and then you just pack for anything. But yeah, I'm carrying around big old Ziplocs full of like sweatshirts I haven't even touched. I didn't even sleep in my sleeping bag last night. I slept on top of it, and I was still hot. So
Same.
You just never know. You have to just be ready for anything. So.
And I just talked to your sister, the situation you had going yesterday and you didn't know what was going on, you guys figured it out today, so congratulations, and now at least you've got a problem to solve, right?
Exactly, and we know that it wasn't anything like crucial or going to kill us, but we didn't know that, and so we had to err on the side of caution and just be like, okay, we got to slow down and like make sure we're not going to hurt the Bronco too much or hurt ourselves. And so that kind of sucks to find out that it was just the fan hitting the shroud, but better safe than sorry. Yeah.
Better safe than sorry. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by on your way to dinner. Now look at me here. Maybe we should go and chat to K2. K2's a new member of our team. Hi K2. How are you, darling?
Standing.
We love to talk to our live team members. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing on the rally this year?
Well, a good way to sum it up would be learning the ropes.
You were on the camera yesterday.
Was I?
Yeah. You shot that piece with Tim. So K2 literally has done everything. She came in with a small job description that's turned into a wildly large one. She's been getting our teams. She was behind the camera yesterday. And are you interested in editing?
Not at this point, no.
Thank you. I have to put one team member on the spot every year. She's going to get me back for that one. Back to you and Emme and Matthew.
Katie is in so much trouble.
Nice one. K2's bright red, walking off like, okay, she's going to punch someone. Hey, I hear we might have a few social comments we can have a look at if K2's not in there knocking people around in the trailer.
Oh, man. I hope I'm not sharing a tent with K2 tonight. It's going to be real
Go
bad.
Team 139. That's Mandy we were just chatting with. Keep up the good work. I hope you got to see the comment. You know what?
Yeah, dude, we've all seen the
comments.
comments.
Everyone came out of the tent the other night to see the comment.
Keep getting those tires swapped out quickly for the Cantoy Divas.
Yep. Nice one.
Thank you, Rebelle Rally, for teaching Team 190 Karen to pay attention to nonverbal communication. Alex's Spiritu, that might be a brother or a husband or a dad or something. That's definitely a relation.
That's funny.
Oh, my sleepless nights for the mechanics. You are 100% correct there.
They nail it. Hey, can I, we're about to wrap this deal up, right? And I would like to just share with you some one-word summaries of some teams' experiences today. I'm not going to tell you who said what, okay?
Okay.
And here we go.
Right.
Rad, rocky, exciting, complex, shite, unexpected, therapeutic.
Really?
Happy.
Oh.
Mettered. Fudged. No comment. Redeeming. Behind. Fantastic. Maniacal. Wild. Solid. Zoomy. Unwinnable. Embrace the suck.
That's
three words. I know. Impossible, relieving, supersized, and hilarious.
Oh,
so
man.
teams were clearly all over the map.
That is all over the map. Well, listen, I cannot wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a really awesome day. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I know that it is going to involve some really cool locations. We're going to be bringing you a starting line show again. Early. That's going to be at 6:45 in the morning right here from Base Camp 3 in Johnson Valley. And then we should be bringing you a finish line show as well. I'm not exactly sure where that finish line show is going to be.
Yeah, we don't know who's going to do it or where we're going to do it.
We have no idea.
We hope to collect some midday action, though, to bring you.
Yes, we will not have a competitor update, so just a morning show and an evening show, no competitor update. But we will see you tomorrow morning at 6:45 and then tomorrow at 5:30. Thank you so much for watching the Rebelle Rally Live presented by Toyota. I am Emmy Hall, and this is
Matthew Johnson. Thank you so much for joining us. And this is a rare view, getting to see Soggy Lake actually soggy, so it's a cool spot.
Yep. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jason Scherer, and we are here on the granddaddy of all four-wheeling trails, the Rubicon.
and I'm so excited to be able to come and do it in my King of the Hammers Edition Bronco. Yeah. I took my daughter Hayden, who is 15 years old, and I let her get a little seat time behind the wheel so that she can get ready for the concrete jungle, and we're going to be out here, you know, going and doing it together forever, hopefully.
Since 1913, we've been all in on providing unbeatable engine protection so Alex can go all out in the toughest conditions. Pennzoil, long may we drive.
At Total Chaos, we believe in pushing everything to the limits and testing everything in our arsenal. We design our equipment to perform in brutal environments and some of the harshest off-road terrain. And because of that, we have been trusted to pre-run every mile of the Rebelle Rally for the last 6 years. Welcome to the chaos.
I was the first woman to solo drive the longest off-road race in the country, and I can tell you that the desert Southwest is like nowhere else I've seen.
As you're looking at the map, you get so in touch with it, the features on the map start to rise up.
You drive down these roads and hike these trails.
It takes me back to a location. We want things that connect us. To me, that's what the sandstone does.
Good morning, commuters. Looks like we got traffic backed up for miles. Starting with a downed tree blocking East Avenue and a broken water main causing a bottleneck on the westbound lanes. We've got weekend travelers flooding the turnpike, meaning it's bumper-to-bumper traffic for the foreseeable future. I'd get comfortable. You might be there for a while.
Toyota trucks. Let's go places.